Fearless Disease.
Guys, I have something special to share. Key ETF filer just pulled out. But it's sparking all kinds of talk about giants like BlackRock and Fidelity potentially jumping in with their own moves on XRP. This isn't just random chatter. It's the kind of shift that could rewrite the playbook for how institutions pile into crypto. And honestly, the detractors who love to spread FUD about XRP being sidelined, they're not going to like where this is headed. Let's dive in and connect the dots on what's really going on. Because if you're holding XRP or just passionate about seeing real utility win out in this space, this could be the catalyst we've all been eyeing.
I mean, this is very crucial because, BlackRock dropped a SOLANA ETF filing and 700 million flowed in before lunch. And that was on Friday. So, of course, we're dropping this on Monday. This is the biggest altcoin green light since Bitcoin ETFs. So this is huge. BlackRock jumped into something that's really big in the market.
First off, let's break down this breaking news without the hype overload. CoinShares, a major player in the crypto investment game, officially withdrew their spot XRP ETF application yesterday, along with ones for Solana and Litecoin. No pauses, no delays, just a full stop under SEC rules, meaning they're out of the running for now. But here's where it gets.
And that could be big. I mean, we're supposed to watch the big guys when they're in the markets, and with them pulling out at a crucial time, especially in December, could be a big gap for us small comers or I would say smaller accounts to either jump in or just act scared before the big guys jump back in next year.
Gets interesting. This isn't a sign of doom and gloom for XRP. Far from it. Sources are pointing to the US ETF market getting super competitive, dominated by heavyweights who can throw around massive resources, making it tough for others to carve out a profitable slice. CoinShares is shifting gears, focusing on their upcoming Nasdaq merger and higher margin plays like thematic baskets or actively managed funds that mix crypto with traditional assets. Think of it like a crowded highway where the big rigs are taking up all the lanes. Smaller trucks might pull over to rethink their route, but the traffic's still flowing strong toward the destination. And guys, the speculation is ramping up that this withdrawal is actually clearing the deck for the real titans to step up. Rumors are flying today that BlackRock and Fidelity, the same ones who've already crushed it with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, are gearing up to file their own spot XRP ETFs soon.
Exactly. The same company like they talk about is 10 times Bitcoin is now betting on Solana. That's what I think, and that's what I'm reading in the paper now, is that they're betting a lot on Solana next. Bitcoin already grew crazy. You already know statistics show that Bitcoin is going to be at least 250K in 2027. As you see, we're about to get to 2026, so that's less than 2 years that we think is going to hit 250K on Bitcoin. So we're going to do the same exact thing with Solana. It's going to happen.
I've seen posts from influencers and analysts all over X buzzing about this, with one big account straight up saying Grok leaked intel on these filings, calling it a game changer that could flip the crypto landscape overnight. Another post from a crypto researcher highlights how once one door opens, the rest comes sprinting through, and with multiple XRP ETF filings already in play from firms like Canary Capital, Bitwise, and 21 Shares, this feels like the dominoes are starting to fall.
Exactly. So this is the time for people to jump in now. Everybody thought that Bitcoin was a joke, that it was just something fake because it wasn't physical money like we're used to dealing in America, that dollar. But as we see years keep going, and we're seeing that technology is growing, and we're saying that Bitcoin is actually a real thing. People are paying for Bitcoin on websites when it comes to shoes, even cars, even Tesla is even accepting a lot of Bitcoin. So we're seeing manufacturers of that caliber accepting Bitcoin. Now Solana's going to jump in the same exact way. So People need to get in as early as possible to at least buy what they can, 5, 10, hundreds, or $1,000 into Solana, because that's going to grow within the next few years. See, BlackRock already jumping on it.
Ripple Winkle. Why does this matter? Because if BlackRock and Fidelity do enter, we're not talking small potatoes. These are trillion-dollar managers who could suck up billions in XRP, creating a supply shock that sends ripples through the market. Pun intended. Let's connect this to the bigger picture in the crypto space. XRP has always stood out because of its fundamentals. Fixed supply of 100 billion tokens with mechanisms like transaction burns that make it deflationary over time, escrow locks to prevent dumps, and real-world utility in cross-border payments that's already being used by banks and financial institutions globally. Unlike some projects that hide behind secrecy or hype without substance, XRP's transparency and regulatory progress shine through. Remember, the SEC case wrapped up with clarity that programmatic sales aren't securities, opening the floodgates for institutional adoption. This ties directly into today's news. With coin shares bowing out due to market saturation, it's like the undercard fighters stepping aside for the main event. BlackRock and Fidelity rumors aren't just smoke. They align with how these giants wait for the dust to settle, then pounce when the path is clear. And for XRP holders, this means potential for massive inflows that highlight its role as a bridge between traditional finance and crypto.
Exactly. You hear? So a safe spot of ETF was proved by March. So if we get to that point, it'll be from 1,000 all the way up to at least 1,500 in Solana. I mean, easy. It's gonna jump extremely fast. It's been approved in March. So as soon as the government approves these different type of ETFs, we'll continue to see more money flood into that market. Once again, you watch the big guys, the big movers. So if BlackRock is saying it's okay, then this is a spot for everyone else to jump in as well. You got to pay attention.
Something Bitcoin maxis love to ignore while preaching decentralization, but clinging to their laser-eyed echo chambers. Guys, think about the hypocrisy in the industry for a second. We've got Bitcoin maxis out there slamming altcoins as scams, yet they're blind to how XRP is built for speed and efficiency in ways Bitcoin could only dream of, settling transactions in seconds for pennies versus Bitcoin's energy-guzzling marathons. And transparency? XRP's ledger is open for all to see, while some projects obscure their tokenomics or whale holdings. This withdrawal and the swirling rumors expose that double standard.
Exactly. I mean, he's making a lot of sense. But that's the partial of the video. I'm going to put the link in the bio, in the description, to see if you guys agree with me. And watch the rest of this video. It's an awesome video. But to be honest, so I'm loading up on SOLs immediately, ETFs, before Wall Street finishes the paperwork. Let me know in the comments. Drop Solana if you're actually going to get in, because if you got into Bitcoin, it's going to do the same exact thing. I appreciate everybody coming through, spending time with us. We'll see you guys tomorrow.